days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, right at you, you give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.
For the culture, what does that mean? We yesterday were celebrating Juneteenth and this notion of freedom. I've always believed that freedom is the ability to be able to do whatever you want, however you want, as long as it's not infringing upon anybody else's ability to do whatever they want, right? So freedom has some limits because, you can be free to jump off of a mountain and do all it and yell, scream, or what have you. But if your noise and jumping hurts somebody else, then you should, rein that in, right? In this society, as it relates to the races, the made-up construct of race, which was constructed for power, right? We have to navigate things, or I think we should navigate things with an eye toward equity, with an eye toward bursting through these strictures, these gates that have been kept, these human zoos we have been placed into. I'm using that analogy on purpose because I feel like in many ways we are, especially as it relates to entertainment, right? The minstrelsy that made some communities very wealthy, imitating and mimicking and mocking what they perceived to be Black behavior that was only crafted to keep and preserve life on plantations, right? To make the folk that were holding people in bondage feel a sense of security and safety and that they were on a pedestal and all this other stuff. But that was fake behavior on the plantation. Black people in their natural form, when they're with each other, when we are communing, we probably didn't act like that inside the cabins, but today it's kind of spilled over. And so I was watching, I was trying to find the Kendrick Lamar pop out. Did anybody, it's not anywhere. And everybody was talking about it. And I didn't realize, I thought folk were actually in LA at the concert posting. I thought it was like a concert and then I found out it was streaming on Amazon Prime, which I have. But I was like, damn it, I missed it. But then when I went to Amazon Prime, I was reduced to watching his 2022 concert in Paris. And I realized why Drake should never have challenged this young man. I was like, wait, this brother is talented. Now, I'm late to the game. He's not in my top 10. He was never in my rotation. This has been, an amazing phenomenon. I'm not leaning into the music at all, really, because I come from an era where music was, was everything, where we paid homage to the past and name checked and borrowed. I grew up with Stevie and Michael and Prince, so Whitney, you know what I'm saying? Luther. Y'all not really, Patty was next on the next rung. You know what I'm saying? Like this generation to me, and I feel bad, but I feel like I grew up in the glory days when, I think we're celebrating today Lionel Richie's birthday, but the Commodores, come on, Jerry Butler and all of the people that brought us Teddy Pendergrass and them, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Like there was the Whispers, a whole generation, Rick James, of music, that Uncle Charlie and Cameo and all, like Funkadelic and yes, One Nation Under the Groove and all of that, right? And let's not even get into Go-Go and the whole Chicago move. Like there's music and then there's manufactured things that are pushed out to parrot a narrative about our culture being, this kind of degenerate, immoral, debaucherous, but that's not who we are. So this summer with Kendrick Lamar kind of challenging the notions of what it means to be, a studio made person, somebody crafted and inserted into our culture with a purpose. It has hit on a nerve that some of us have been feeling but couldn't put verse to. And last night, Kendrick Lamar was in LA in something called the Pop Out. Ken and Friends. It was held for one night only on Juneteenth on purpose at the Kia Forum in Inglewood, California. And everybody was there. it was amazing. I didn't get to watch it. So I watched this 22 concert, and I was getting chills from that. So if you did get to watch it live, holla. But I'm not spending time, going over the concert and whether the concert was good or whether it wasn't good. But I do think we're in a moment. And I don't know whether it's a moment or a movement. I do think something has penetrated what we know. So most of us wear the mask. We wear the mask, right? We wear that mask with ourselves sometimes, where we have, different compartments in our spirits and our minds where, we can do this and that at the same time. We can appreciate this and that at the same time. We have that capacity because we've had to always separate the hemispheres of our brain to pick cotton. 500 pounds a day. You have to separate the hemispheres of your brain. So we have been, conditioned to do that, to live in two spaces at the same time, and they're contradictory. But I feel like that contradiction is killing us. It's like every day we're drinking a little bit of poison because the hypocrisy beats at a very lower vibration. But it beats. And it's hard at some point to ignore the hypocrisy that we sit in. Either you're accepting... it's like, oh, well, we just leave space for that. Okay, the N-word, okay, which there was a lot of, because Kendrick is on that negus bull crap. Hasn't arrived yet at a place where, and some would say he's evolved, but he's not. That negus thing that y'all have held on to is a cop-out. It is absolutely a cop-out in a way for you to continue to do something that is that little bit of poison that I'm talking about, lives in contradiction. But last night, the crowd, NBA players, Crips and Bloods, a clown. I don't know the clown, but that was on there. Tommy the Clown, y'all know him? Okay. Tyler the Creator, Roddy Ricch, Dr. Dre performed California Love. He was on there, and he introduced the first of five consecutive Not Like Us performances when he uttered I See Dead People, and that beat dropped in the videos of that. But what I wanted to focus on, in addition to Kendrick paying homage to Nipsey Hussle and to Kobe Bryant, he said this makes me emotional. We've been effed up since Nipsey died. We've been effed up since Kobe died. Let the world see this. What we saw, what was seen, thousands and thousands of people in this LA arena, just enraptured in joy and camaraderie and brotherhood and sisterhood and friendship. And it was beautiful. One of the iterations of Not Like Us, Russell Westbrook and DeMar DeRozan, they're on stage and they're holding hands, right? You see Crips and Bloods holding hands and dancing, dancing like they dance, in the Chicago when they doing that thing in Ghana, it was beautiful. And it was no Diddy, no homo, none of that. It was just, we can touch, we can be in community, we can be in concert, literally. And it was beautiful to watch. And, it makes it hard to, point at some people were trying, and then people were shot, and then, this whole violent narrative. No, this is the true. This is what I know us to be when we are not crusted over with somebody else's image of us, where we have to live up to being so hard that we can't just have fun.
My days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you,